Good afternoon, everybody. Unless you're tuning in from the other side of the world, which you very well could be. We are excited today to be on day 7 of the live challenge, where we are supposed to come on here and tell you guys a lot of stuff about us and just stop hiding behind all these pretty pictures and stuff that go on our thing. And we're good with that because our desire in the first place to be on here is to let you guys know about a great opportunity that we found, and it has been changing our life, the things we're doing, the way we're doing them. And as proof of it, we've been bringing on these amazing people over the last few days. Today, we have Sara Kelly with us, and we are excited to bring her on because she has been an inspiration to us, and we hope that she is to you as well. So thanks so much for being with us today, Sara.
Yeah, thanks for having me. This is great.
Absolutely. So why don't you just share with everybody a little bit in terms of who you are, where you're from, all those kinds of good things.
Yeah, my name is Sara, and I live in the Okanagan in British Columbia, Canada. And two and a half years ago, I was a real estate agent, and so I was in a very competitive city as far as there's a lot of realtors and dentists, strangely enough, in the city that I'm from. And I was really getting tired of always, chasing people and cold calling and all of these things. So I started scouring the internet for something else and found this online community that you guys are a part of. And so I have been working exclusively online for the past 2.5 years.
Nice.
Amazing. Now, you're not just an online entrepreneur, you're also a mom. And you got a couple kids, don't you?
Yeah. I have my daughter Victoria is 22. She lives in Austin, Texas, and my son Gavin is 15, and he's with me and his dad in grade 10.
Fantastic. That's amazing.
Yeah. So we're kind of getting people to share a little bit about what led them to the online space. So you mentioned it a little bit, how in real estate it was a little bit, like you said, cold calling and just maybe not what you were hoping for. Yeah, exactly. So what are some of those like pain points or the struggles that you really catapulted you to search for something else?
Yeah, so I'm not originally from the town that I'm in the Okanagan. And so I didn't have, people that I went to school with and people from a bunch of past work experiences to call upon when I became licensed as a realtor. So a lot of the buyers and sellers that I got were from things like door knocking and doing expensive mail outs and being a part of online systems that create lead generation, and you have to pay really high costs to get these leads. And, some of them are duds, right? Because not everyone realizes that they have to get pre-approved for a mortgage before they buy a home. And some people just can't afford the market that they think they want to be shopping in. And so as a real estate agent, you only get paid if the sale of a home closes. You don't get paid for any of the efforts leading up to that. And so for every 5 people I would try to help, maybe 1 or 2 of those people would turn into a sale. So you're working 40, 50 hours a week, and maybe only 15 hours out of that week is actually paid for. But yet, you take that paycheck and you stretch it out based on all the time that you had. And for me at the time, my son was in hockey and all of these activities. So during the weekends when, I want to be at the rink watching him play or practice, that's when I want to go see homes. So really, that industry wasn't conducive to being a hands-on mother with active kids. And then right near the end of my stint in real estate, I had a close call with a contract. I made a mistake on it, and it just caused me a lot of anxiety. So the stress of the job, what people think like the glamour of the job is one thing. You get to show houses and, dress in a suit every day, and it's great. But really, there's so many aspects to that job that aren't very glamorous and can be onerous and stressful. And you're always on your phone, and so yeah, it wasn't a good work-life balance for me. And So I found the online community through a friend of a friend, and checked it out, and it ticked all the boxes. And when I found the online community, I just wanted to replace my real estate income. But in my first year online, I actually almost quadrupled what I made in real estate. So for me, it was really a no-brainer. Like trading time for money. Time is a one commodity that once it's passed, you cannot get it back. Right?
Exactly.
You're never going to be in my 30s again. Thank God.
You're not 30 yet, are you?
Remind me a lot of these things, and I'm just realizing how precious time is, and especially having one child already out of the home. I know what that empty nester feeling is, and now I've got a 15-year-old that in 3 years could potentially be in that same situation, moving on to the next step of his life. So TikTok, right? 3 years left, and how do I want to spend that? So that was something that was a big pain point for me, for sure, is that work-life balance.
Yeah, exactly. So now, in terms of business, you were experiencing that. I mean, you were running essentially your own business already within the real estate. You understood, keeping track and what was beneficial, what wasn't beneficial. You'd worked with advertising. You'd done all of these publications, interacting with people. So that was familiar to you. Now, finding this business, you'd mentioned it was, a friend of a friend. I'm sure that you had a pretty good sense of what to sniff out, right? You're already in one realm of the business, or of business itself. Now to step into this, why this? Like, why was this attractive to you in terms of the function of the business? Not just what it could do for you. Obviously, you well replaced your income and regained your time. But what about the nuts and bolts of working online like you are now made this an aha moment as well?
Well, I mean, for me, the fact that we're earning taxable income is huge. And that's very transparent for those who venture into looking at the business model, but it's taxable income. I actually had to incorporate myself based on the amount of money that I'm earning, because as a sole proprietor, you pay high taxes, and when you're incorporated, at least in British Columbia, you only get taxed on the money that you pull out, and I'm just earning more money than I'm spending right now. So that was huge, like the legitimacy of it. The other thing is, once I was added to the community and able to meet other people working in the online space, the integrity was so the transparency and the integrity was so overwhelmingly present. Now some of these people who I'm working with are some of my best friends. I have great relationships with everyone who I work with, including, of course, you guys. And so that was really important for me. Being newer to the area I lived in, I felt like I was missing a little bit of a sense of community. And being a part of our system and our business community, I now have that sense of community that I was so hungry for before. And just the fact that we are the largest online business in the world today, that speaks volumes, because things are shady and dishonest. They're here today and gone tomorrow. They're flashy. They're get rich quick. The other thing that I love about it is that, you hear about opportunities to work online for Shopify or for Amazon drop shipping. Those businesses do not have a big ROI. They don't have the mentorship and coaching that we have. And you're going to be having piles of stock of whatever you're, schmoozed into selling. Same even like some of these, types of, MLMs, like the essential oils. And I love essential oils. The essential oils are the lotions and potions and trinkets and trash, as I call it, because really, you're pushing product on friends and family, and you're bothering people, and you're posting it all over your social media, which makes you look spammy. And the ROI just isn't there unless you are so far up the ranks, or however they deem it, to make it. And with our business, the big guys are making great money, but the little guys are too. And that's what I love about it. The integrity, the opportunity for growth, and the relationships.
Yeah, you're right.
That's awesome.
No, I know
Very
that's
true.
been big for us for sure.
Absolutely.
That concept.
Mm-hmm.
Now, in terms of this business, I mean, obviously, you know, we're reaching out to people who are interested, and that's one of the things that I always love about it. Is we're not pushing to just anybody and everybody. It's if you're interested, and so, you know, if you're watching this right now and you're hearing what Sarah's saying, and you kind of said, you know, well, what is it? You know, what is it that's going on here? I'd like more information. Then yeah, we're talking to you. If you just are catching up on a conversation this afternoon because you got nothing else, fantastic. I'm so glad that you're here, and I hope that you're, you know, inspired by what's going on. But the options that are out there are amazing. Mm-hmm. Now, I know that you'd mentioned, you know, you heard from a friend of a friend, and we caught wind of this from somebody else who was a friend of yours, you know, about 20 months ago. Mm-hmm. But there was an invitation given, and we want to give that to everybody today, that we just were told, you know, take in a webinar. Again, there's no pushy, high-pressure sales junk, or, you know, the clock is ticking and you got this much time, and if you lose this opportunity, you may never. It's not the issue. Our webinar is out there. It's live twice a week, and you can get a link to the replay anytime you want. Take it in anytime you want. You can check it out on our page. There's links there. You can go to mngym.com and you can get the link to the webinar. But that's the only step that we're bringing to the table today, is to say, if there's something out there for you, maybe this is it, and maybe it's not. No big deal. But our desire is to be able to share this with as many as possible. Now, in terms of your opinion, Sarah, of all the people that are out there and people that you've interacted with, I know that there's been hundreds and hundreds of people that you've connected with and interacted with. Who can do this? Who can do this type of online business?
Well, I mean, anybody who has a desire to earn more than they're making right now, or even just simply who at this point, I mean, I'm going to say the big C word here, you know, COVID-19, who, you know, if that's affected your life at all, or if you feel more comfortable earning from the comfort of your home, then those are people who can do this. You need to have basic English skills. You need to be able to read in English. I mean, we are translating our training to French, and that's coming somewhere down the pipeline in the future. But for now, English does not have to be your first language. You have to have a basic concept of reading and comprehending English. It doesn't have to be at a high level. And you have to have that desire for change. And you also have to have that desire that, you know, once you come into the space, that you're going to be helping other people change their life too. This is a life-changing opportunity. It is about an 1.5-hour workshop. That's no obligation. I've been in the online space for 2.5 years, and I have never once sent a message to a friend saying, hey, you should check this out. Now, am I flamboyant? And do I talk about my business and how wonderful it is? And some people have come to me and asked me questions. Sure. But I have never bothered one person once. And, you know, knowledge is power. You don't know what you don't know until you don't know it. So, you know, a no obligation webinar that could change your life. I mean, if I would have passed up on that, I'd still be knocking on doors for real estate. So, I mean, I'm glad that I took 90 minutes. It ended up changing my life for the better. I'm living a life of my dreams right now in so many aspects, because I have that time to choose how I live my life now. And I didn't before in the difficult sales jobs that I chose in the past. So that's what I would suggest is, you know, knock it off your list because you know enough of it to say it's not for you. But until you watch the webinar, you really don't know that. Exactly.
Yeah.
I love that. That's so good. Thank you so much for just taking the time. I mean, it's so inspiring. You're right. It's such, there's a beautiful community behind what we're doing, and the connection and the relationships that we've built with so many people across the globe, really. It has been so encouraging. There's been so much personal growth. Like, I know we didn't mention that, but just the training and the ongoing training that we have access to, it's been amazing. And so, yeah, we just want to thank you so much, Sarah. We're so honored to know you and to work with you. And yeah, we love you. And so thanks so much for sharing with us today. And yeah, thanks for everyone for watching. And like Jim said, if you have any questions or anything, feel free to send us a message or get in touch with us somehow. We would love to share more of this journey with you.
Absolutely. And we'll put a link here in the post if you are looking for information, or just, send us a message. Reach out. And we'll look forward to connecting with you soon. Have a great day, and we'll be on again live tomorrow. And yeah, if you have questions, send them to us. If you know any of this stuff is going to cause, put them in the chat here, whatever. We'd be happy to connect with you that way, and maybe even speak about them in the next few lives that we're going to do. So have a wonderful day, and we'll chat again soon.
See ya.
Awesome.
Thanks so much.
That's good.
Yeah, good.
Thanks
It's
so much.
good. I can't wait to watch